Hi guys, and welcome back to Football Manager 2017 as Chelsea. As you can see, a Harry Kane hat-trick for Spurs has put them top of the league, clear of us by 3 points before we play away at Burnley today. Again, no good news, particularly to report on the injury front. I mean, Victor Moses is back and should be back in full training in 4 days, but he's not ready to be involved in any way, shape or form yet. Nemanja Matic can play today. Fabregas is still limited to 45 minutes. I'm going to bring Nemanja Matic back in actually for Chalobah there. Chalobah's done good since he's had his run in the squad, but I just think we need to shore the team up a bit when we can. With Spurs going so well, I think the pressure's on to really to continue this, because it looks like Spurs are going to win every bloody game that they get these days. So we need to make sure we keep winning every game as well. Spurs are 7-0-0. So we need to go 7-0-0 today by beating Burnley. The rest of the team, rest of the league I should say, should probably start to fade into the distance if we keep going at this rate. But Spurs seem to be sticking there with us, as Azpilicueta gets a booking after 20 seconds. That's not good news. Free kick for Chelsea, that should be a booking the other way. No, I thought it should. He pulled his shot there, which should always be a booking. Defour getting a warning as well. Yeah, of course, Azpilicueta gets booked right away and all the other guys get warnings. As Giroud and Cleverly put Arsenal and Watford ahead. Leicester ahead of Palace 2. Defour lays it to Brady now, coming forward with it. Nicked by Hazard, plays it to Batshuayi as the counter on for Chelsea. Batshuayi holding it up, rolling it to Pedro. Pedro trying to come forward down that right, losing it to Defour, but keeps going, gets it back. Plays it to Azpilicueta, helps it into Batshuayi. Nice touch, plays in Hazard first time, and it's easy for Tom Heaton to catch it. Should have had a touch there, Hazard, taking it closer to the goalkeeper and just slotted it away. But a decent counter. Decent counter. Defour, another free kick here for Burnley. He goes back to Ben Mee, back to Defour, and Boyd helps it on, but Willian pinches it and goes back to Courtois, and we can build from the back. A nice goal before half time. Would certainly suit us. Cahill, Ake, Courtois. Courtois launching it for some weird reason, I don't know what that's all about. And 4 Burnley players get it away, but Willian plays it to Hazard now, who's cutting in. And he's taking a bad touch, and Defour can rob it back as Hendrick plays it over the top for Gray, who flicks it on, but no support. David Luiz picks it up. Not a brilliant touch by David Luiz. Forward to Azpilicueta, to Matic, helps it on to Pedro. Good touch from Matic, and Azpilicueta now. Good pressing by Burnley, actually, I have to give them that. Matic on to Willian, and Defour trips him. Come on, book him, damn it. Many times does he need warned. It's a booking for Defour. As we move into almost added time here, Matic to Azpilicueta, round the corner to Pedro. Hopefully we can hit Burnley before they get set properly. Willian and Batshuayi plays it to Pedro. Good challenge back to Batshuayi, and it's a lovely finish. Well done. Second goal of the season for him. Chelsea 1 up at half time against Burnley. Good stuff for us. Nemanja Matic joins Azpilicueta into the book, and we can actually remove Matic for Chalobah. We'll just tell Azpilicueta to cool it on the tackles. Other than that, I imagine we should be fine. Let's just encourage them to keep going here. Get us some more goals perhaps. Another clean sheet be nice as well. I actually have a preference for clean sheets over racking up lots and lots of goals. Of course, the league does favour more goals, but I just find clean sheets harder to come by, so when I get them, I'm happier with that rather than racking up loads of goals. As Batshuayi drags the shot just wide of the post. Goal kick Burnley. 9 shots apiece actually. Burnley have had more of the ball. They're giving us a game, Burnley. It's a booking for Andre Gray. Another free kick to Chelsea now. They're starting to rack up the fouls here. Stephen Ward into the book as well. Brings them up to the same amount of bookings as us. Liverpool are giving Sunderland a bit of a battering at Anfield. Willian into the book. We pull ahead again in that regard. Azpilicueta with the throw for Chalobah. Back to Azpilicueta. to the edge of the box. Alonso! Oof, that is a sweet hit. Did it deflect actually? Off? Yeah, it did. It's off to Four for an own goal. 2-0 to Chelsea, and Fabregas will replace Willian. Once again, well, I'm actually going to bring Ugbo on. He trained well last month, so let's give him a little shot. I think if he keeps getting these little shots in the squad, he could actually become a decent player. Maybe he's never going to be good enough for Chelsea, but we could certainly make a decent buck out of him. That's another free kick to Chelsea. And is it a booking? It is another booking for Fontanello, Pablo Fontanello. Joey Barton coming on for Jeff Hendrick. That's them throwing in the till now. They're bringing on Joey Barton. Sam Vokes as well. It seemed they just made about 5 substitutions. Something's up there. Oh, Defoe's going to be sent off. There's something about us that just players seem to want to get sent off. For holding the shirt. What a way to get sent off, holding the shirt. Oh, and they get a corner now. If they score with 10 men, I'll be raging. Headed away, picked up by Pedro. Can he hit it long? He does hit it long. Up to Ugbo. Come on, just pass it, son. Now he loses it to Michael Keane. Back to Ben Mee. Goodmanson. Boyd, just take it. Barton. Goodmanson. Boyd. How can 3 of them just be playing through us? Vokes out wide to Brady. Got a ball inside to Barton. Tarkovsky. Goodmanson. He can play this through here. Vokes. Chance. Nope, we're defending it well. Oh, and we're going to go down to 10. I'd rather that than concede a goal, I guess. But he is going to miss the next game. Nathan Ake, who's not really been coping all that well recently. His ratings have been kinda poor. We're going to pull the wing backs back, and we'll sit Chalobah in there as well. This is a bit of a makeshift effort just now, because it's so late in the game and because they're down to 10 as well. I would have screwed about with the tactic mode if there was more time to go. The game was a good game today. It was a bit of a scrappy game, a bit of a dirty game actually. Lots of bookings handed out, sending off a piece, but we coped with it. It was a good, confident performance. You know, these away trips to the so-called lesser sides when you're in England can be sticky, so we've done well to get through it. Yet another clean sheet as well. We are a goal behind Spurs still, though, in the old goal difference there. 3 points ahead of Watford, who are not really a factor. 4 ahead of Arsenal and 5 ahead of Liverpool, who could be a factor. City are 9 behind but have 1 in hand. Manchester United are 15 behind with 1 in hand. It's looking dicey for old Jose there. Yeah, we're absolutely delighted again. Pleased. We keep winning. We've conceded 1 goal, which is half of Spurs. Spurs tally, who've conceded 2 goals. But definitely warn Nathan Ake about that. That's not good enough. What we're going to do now is see the City result, then the United result. Then I'll set it on holiday up to the City winning 3-0, up to the game against Man City at Stamford Bridge, and just talk a little bit about what I expect to do in this save. As we already know, the first season of this save, the idea is to win the league with the squad that Antonio Conte had, to win the league in reality. But going forward, I'd like to talk a little bit about 8 games without conceding. Lovely. I'd like to talk a little bit about what we're going to look at going forward, and what's going to constitute success in the save overall. A little look at the result here. A little defeat for Man United would be nice. A 1-1 draw for Man United, who are 14 points behind. They're already out the title race. There's no way they're getting back into that. We could maybe pinch a couple of their players if if they finish particularly low. Yep, so what we're going to do, we are going to go on holiday until the Friday just before the Manchester City game. What I would like to do, ultimately going forward, kind of what Chelsea sort of pretend to do in real life: stockpile lots of youth players, bring them up so your youth players are dominating the youth competitions. I don't know if you can hear a dog yawning every now and then, so again, apologies if you can hear that. We are animal friendly here on the channel. But I've lost my train of thought now. Damn dog. What was I saying? Oh yeah, the youth. So bringing in youth players, dominating that youth competition. So that's really bringing in people, bringing in 15, 16, 17, that age, getting them to dominate the youth competitions, and then doing what Chelsea don't do in real life, and that's promote them to the first team, develop players to come through and actually play for the Chelsea side. So that's something to think about. We've got a couple of players who can kind of do it just now, but really we'll need to be buying players in for that. Overseas players will probably make up the bulk of that, but there's a few gems about in England that possibly we'll take a look at. I actually like, having played a Manchester United season, I think a lot can be done with Regan Poole from Man United if you can get a hold of him. He's a decent player, decent base stats, raw, but you can certainly do something with him, getting in there. Right, so most of this is probably just going to be, Fabregas is injured again, 2 months, great. Overexerted himself in the weight room, for fuck's sake. Are you a professional athlete or not? Moses is back at least. There's a couple of Portuguese players that we might take a look at. Let's have a little look. Most of this is just international roundup and stuff that we don't care too much about. We're training to attack them, which is good. N'Golo Kante should be coming back soon, which is nice. That's the one good thing, I suppose, about having the 2-week international break there, is that it gives people time to recover from injuries. Let's see. I'm not going to be praising anybody's form. There's some people to have a look at roundabout. Okay, so let's see what's going to happen here. There must be a Friday game in the league, correct? There is. Bournemouth, Watford, not really that much of a concern. Watford with the away win, they're sticking around, man. Walter Mazzari's going for the title, which pretty much seems to have been the only thing that could have saved him in real life as well. Watford's expectations are just ludicrous in reality. Here's somebody possibly, Yeli Delange at Young Utrecht. Possibly something to keep an eye out for. 2.2 to 4.1, that's the kind of wheelhouse that I want to be spending on these youth players. Not so much thinking about going and buying, the best of the best elite youth players for like 20 million or something. That's easy. Those kind of players are expected to get right into the first team. We're expecting, I'd like more of a project here at Chelsea. So we're hosting City today. Chance to pretty much put them out of the title race. They'd be 9 points behind should we beat them. Tottenham are away at Hull, which would probably be an easy win for them. United hosting Burnley, probably an easy win. Arsenal at West Brom, you'd expect them to win 2. Liverpool are at Swansea, which could be a bit trickier, but you expect them to win. So we're expecting wins all round pretty much for the big teams today. Unfortunately, Nathan Ake can't play at the back today, so Chalobah's going to have to do that. Any preference for him? No. Nor any of the other guys. Do we have anybody who's left-footed who can actually play on the left side? It does not look like it. Nah. Okay, so we'll just go like this. Ake being suspended today will come out. Kurt Zuma, I wonder. What are the fitness tests saying? Kurt Zuma 45, Kante 30. No, he's still carrying a knock there, N'Golo Kante. Kurt Zuma 45, so basically Moses can get the whole time. So let's bring Moses in there and we'll put Piliqueta back to being a centre back. We'll go with this. Not exactly, once again, the strongest team we could put out, but the form and everything should hopefully see us through. City team today: Claudio Bravo, Zabaleta, Company, Otamendi, Clichy, Fernando, Kevin De Bruyne, Sane, Nolito and Aguero. So a strong side from Manchester City. But they're coming, of course, to formidable Chelsea here at the Stamford Bridge. This Stamford Bridge? Just Stamford Bridge, scratch the. De Bruyne coming forward for them here. And it's a foul immediately by Matic. No booking this time, thankfully. So hopefully we can start to take the game here. Oh, Fernando bringing a man down. Is that a booking? Nope. The referee looks like he's going to be lenient today, perhaps then, which may or may not be good news for us, I'm not certain. Free kick, Willian. Okay, Willian in the book, scratch that about him being lenient. Another free kick for them. Matic in the book as well, so that's the two central midfielders in the book. This is not a good start. Yeah, Zabaleta gets a warning, of course he does. Pedro's corner though. David Luiz can't beat company, will break to Hazard. Puts it back in there, it's came right through to Bravo though. Easy for Manchester City. We really haven't gotten a grip of this game so far, as Claudio Bravo launches it, but Matic should easily take that down. Plays it to Azpilicueta. Aguero sniffing around, it goes back to Courtois. Easy ball out to Cahill, nice play. Marcos Alonso now to Hazard. Men on though, Hazard has to get it away. Alonso, Matic pings it for Batshuayi. A good ball in the end. Surrounded though by City players. Batshuayi hits a shot, easy for Claudio Bravo. That's never going to go in from there. Never going to beat a keeper of any quality from there. Pretty dull game thus far. It's cliche. We'll throw it to De Bruyne and Nolito. Back to Kevin De Bruyne. Back to Nolito. Bit of space for him, running at Victor Moses. Running centrally now. Going to open up for him. Has a shot, well wide of the post though. Got to be a bit more careful about these runs as Nolito throws it to Aguero. Nods it back to Nolito. Chance to put it in. Aguero, far too much space. Drives it low. Fernando, and it's in. And we've been absolutely rotten today. They really have to get a grip of this game. City have been all over us in this first half. Hey, finally somebody in the book for Man City. But that was the worst I've seen us play. We're going to have to go more attacking. Let's up the pace a little bit, up the tempo. Who are we going to pull? I guess we'll take Matic off for Chalobah. And we're going to have to tell Willian to cam it in terms of his tackling, but we're really having a problem now in that we don't have anybody to bring on. I'm going to demand more from them. Aggressively, because my god they deserve it aggressively today. Okay, Moses, come on, quick equaliser. Moses for Hazard, nice touch, rolls it in, away by Fernando. Aguero picks it up, Jesus, here they come again. Nice win by David Luiz though. Chalobah to Moses. Moses with a good ball to Willian, takes a nice touch, finds Hazard, overlaps there, goes back to Willian. Willian to Chalobah. Two up here, Pedro, Batshuayi slips it in. Willian, there we go! The quick equaliser for Chelsea before half time. Let's get them to push forward here. Let's win this damn thing. Let's show some passion in this second half. And Company gets away without a card as well. Doesn't surprise me. Free kick to City. No doubt this is a booking. Oh, yeah, there you go, Chalobah. Referees clearly hate Chelsea. Hey, cliches in the book. Gabriel Jesus is on for Aguero. Hazard's been terrible today, I must say. Let's actually switch to the narrower play just now. We can get that more aggressive though, with a quicker tempo. Once again, need to tell them to push forward. I haven't created anything really since we scored the equaliser. Who do we bring on? There's absolutely nobody to bring on. There really isn't. I can't trust any of them to come in and affect a game. But Alonso's coming off. Crap. Let's just toss Zuma in there. Azpilicueta can go out on the left. Overload time. We're going to get the victory today. We've been battered on our own patch and we're picking up more fucking injuries. Poor day. Poor day. Surely the first time we've not been the better team in a game. Courtois will claim that. And it will be 1-1, so we'll remain unbeaten, but that's bad. That pretty much cancels out the victory at Old Trafford. Top of the league just now, but of course if Tottenham win, they will go clear. Oh, of course, 6 to 8 weeks for Alonso, 12 days to 3 weeks for Pedro. Nobody just goes out for 1 to 2 days, do they? And Hazard's a little jaded in need of a rest. Bloody hell, right. Let's see the rest of the results, and then we'll call it what has not been a particularly fantastic episode today, but Hull beat Spurs. Oh, that's funny. Arsenal winning 3-0 against West Brom, so they gain on us. United gain on us by beating Burnley. Hull beat Spurs, which leaves us top of the table, which is fantastic. And Liverpool Swans tomorrow. Liverpool win there within 3, I think. All of a sudden, the league becomes a lot more congested. Okay, let's see Liverpool, come on. We're away at the Emirates next episode as well. Oof. Tough game, given that our winning streak just ended. Right, come on Swansea. Get us something. Okay, 3-0 Liverpool. Well, it was not the best episode. Ironically, we've actually ended up ahead of Spurs in drawing when we were winning for all those weeks and couldn't shake them. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. As I say, leave a like down below if you have. It is genuinely more of a help than you realise. I hope you guys come back next time where we'll be away at the Emirates. So I'll see you then for that. Cheerio.